Hi, I'm Sandra Derrick and welcome to Cooking and Crafts. This show is where you never really know what you're going to learn, and hopefully it's a bunch of stuff. You can learn things for yourself, for your family, things that help you get organized, and thanks for watching, and let me just pique your interest and tell you what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to start out talking about some college care packages, and then we're going to talk about some grocery tips. When you have that trip to the grocery store, hopefully I'm going to give you some ideas that can make your trip a little bit more fun. And the last thing is that we're going to end with a yummy peanut butter fudge. Good things at the end. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you back in just a little bit.
Hi, I'm Johnny Miller at your Western Sizzlin' in Ooltewah, Tennessee and Dalton, Georgia, and I can tell you that infomercials work. We've been advertising monthly to reach our customers for over 17 years now, and I know that you can reach your customers as well. You can depend on Elliott Media to take care of all your advertising needs, and remember, Western Sizzlin', we're your family steakhouse.
When you or your doctor orders any type of medical supplies, Home Health Care Rentals will be there for you. From oxygen, wheelchairs, walkers, and hospital beds to the simplest needs like crutches, hospital gowns, and even children's medical supplies. We make the process so easy by filing your insurance papers, giving instructions on how to use your equipment, and free delivery. We also offer 24-hour service 7 days a week to assist you. Our friendly staff is always there during your time of need. We're conveniently located next to the Bradley Wellness Center and across from Regency Park in Dalton. When you're in the market for a new or scratch and dent appliance, Langford Appliance is the place to come. We're a locally owned business for over 30 years serving this area. Don't let your dollars go out of town. When you buy your appliances from Langford, your money stays right here in Dalton. And you can always count on us for the best service after the sale. We have a large parts and service department for all your appliance repairs or plumbing and hot water needs. Come see us when you're in need of any appliance. That's Langford Appliance at 319 North Glenwood Avenue in Dalton.
Hey, welcome back. I have some fun and really great ideas to give you about someone going to college. When my daughter was in college a few years ago, I sort of just had to hunt and pick things that was good for her. But this segment is about sending college care packages. You probably know somebody in college. It could be a relative, it could be a child, it could be a niece, a nephew. It could be somebody that goes to your church. And college kids love to get things every once in a while in the mail. You know, they go to college so far away that you can probably not drop this off in person, but you can drop things in the mail. And I've got some great things to show you today, some assortment of ideas, and hopefully you can take at least a few of these and customize your own college care package. You can get a box, usually a sturdy box, or if you're just sending something small, you can get an envelope. They have envelopes now that have the bubble wrap around it that protects whatever you're mailing. So whatever, if you're mailing something large, you probably want a box. If you're mailing something that will go in an envelope, I would say go with an envelope. Today we're going to be packing a large container, so I'm going to use my shoebox, and we'll pack this as we go. Find out some kind of candies that your person, your college student enjoys. It needs to be something probably that won't melt. I love chocolate candy, but sometimes it melts, it's out in the sun, and you would hate for them to get it and it's just all ooey gooey in the box. So I would stick with hard candies, something that, like I said, the temperature doesn't affect, because everybody likes to get candy. Chewing gum is always a good thing to get, and sugarless, of course, and bubble gum. I find that kids really like that ooey, sweet kind of bubble gum, so we're going to pack that in there too. We try to also put things in that make it a little bit better to study with. So ink pens, everybody needs ink pens because you run out all the time. Highlighters are good because if you do have the physical book, you don't have it on your tablet, you still like to highlight those famous sentences and those important words with your highlighters. So always stick in a few highlighters too. Sticky notes are wonderful because they don't damage your books and you can put them on just about everything. So an assortment of sticky notes. You can get large ones, you can get small ones, but those are very, very helpful. Gift cards are great from whatever local stores or national chains are in the area where they go to college. Also, gas gift cards are good. Everybody needs that extra money to put gas in your car, and it's really good just to go up and swipe it and you don't have to get that money out of your pocket. This is something that my daughter really liked, was the gift cards to local restaurants. And we found out ones in her area where she was going to college that she really liked. Going back to the studious part, we also always included in my daughter's package index cards. You can make your own flashcards, you can write notes on them, and this also packs well too. Whatever kind of snacks they like, crackers, anything special that packs well. Homemade desserts and cookies are good too. You can get an inexpensive container that you don't necessarily have to have back. You probably wouldn't want to have glass. And I always put in just a little bit of amount of those great brownies or cookies that was their favorite when they were home. Cashews, peanuts, walnuts, not only are they healthy for you, but everybody likes them and they might help you study for that exam. Something that we don't think that college kids would like, but they actually do, is bubbles. A good time to send a care package is midterms, finals, maybe the first week of classes when they're still a little nervous and not sure what's going on. So they can actually get outside and act like a kid and get their roommates and everybody out there, and they can have fun with those bubbles. Popcorn is another good thing too, because again it packs well and everybody likes popcorn, and they can pop it in the microwave in their dorm or their apartment. These are very popular now, is the plastic glasses that have the straw. This is going green. You don't have those water bottles to throw away all the time, and you can put your soda in here or you can put your water, and this packs well too. And you can also open this up and you can fill it full of candy or crackers or some of their favorite things. When you put it in the box, to keep it from moving around, you can take newspaper and wad it up and put in all the little openings so that when your package gets there, hopefully it's the way you pack it or you packed it and everything hasn't moved around and half the stuff hasn't broken. So you'll want to have some newspaper and you can wad it up to put it through too. The last thing I have are peppermints, and these are also edible, but they also pack well. You can actually take your peppermints and just drop them around the open spaces in your package, and it actually acts as a protectant. Again, it sort of does what the newspaper does. And not only they can have it for the packaging, but they can eat it when they get through and they won't have all that waste. And again, you're going sort of green, that you don't have all the garbage to put in your garbage when you get the package open, but these are edible and you can eat them. So hopefully when that college student that you're sending the package to opens this, they will have a great time. And I really don't know any college student that doesn't love getting something that they're not expecting, and that's a little fun and maybe reminds them of home and sometimes that they're having to study for those tests. So close this up. You can take it and package it and wrap it and take it to your local post office, and you can get it mailed and get it to that college student. So hopefully there were some ideas here that you gained, and you can take these and use them. Please join me in just a few more minutes and we'll be back, and I have another tip on shopping at the grocery store.
When the diagnosis is cancer, you want the best. Advanced surgical, radiation, and chemotherapy treatment, all available under one roof, a center large enough to treat advanced or complex cases. A dedicated team of physicians, nurses, and therapists treating each patient the way they would want to be treated. It's all here at Hamilton Regional Cancer Institute. Hamilton Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
Have you ever wondered why you cannot achieve a flat tummy like you had when you were a teenager? In spite of exercise, it seems like you're getting nowhere. It could be that you've had children and it's just impossible to achieve without having surgery. With a procedure called an abdominoplasty, we have specialized techniques that can repair the damage that has been done with the pregnancy or the weight loss. We can help you to achieve a flatter, tighter tummy like you had in your younger years.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting
To making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again.
This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio.
All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Hey, I'm Sandra again, and thanks for coming back and joining me on Cooking and Crafts. And I have another great segment to show you, and let's go ahead and get started. Grocery shopping is probably something that we all go, oh my goodness, is it time for me to go grocery shopping again? But it doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be something that you really dread if you know a few tips. And these are hopefully things that I've learned through the years with cooking, and especially shopping for my family and shopping for work. So hopefully you can get some ideas and you can use them in your family. What I usually do is when the sale papers come out in my local paper, you can now go online and read them. I see what my local stores have on sale. If this is a tip that I do, if my store is having chicken on sale this week, that's what my family is going to eat. We're going to have chicken because I'm going to buy it and I can save a lot of money, and I'm going to prepare chicken in numerous ways for us to eat at home. I can also freeze that chicken, and I can have it later on next week or the week after that when chicken is not on sale. So the first thing I would advise you to do is look and see what's on sale in stores in your area. It's okay to travel to more than one store as long as you're not traveling a great distance. If I have to drive from here to here to here and I'm spending all the money that I could buy on groceries, if I'm spending it in gas, I'm not really saving a lot. So if like maybe 2 or 3 grocery stores are on your way home from work, that's a great place to stop. But I probably would not go out of my way to shop at those stores unless it's a bargain for you in gas. I would advise you always to make a grocery list, and I keep a running grocery list at home. I keep it in my kitchen, or I keep it on the refrigerator, or I keep it in my pocketbook. And let's say that I run out of milk, or in my house we're out of eggs. I jot that down so that I know when I go to the store, I know what I'm going to get. And if you go shopping without a list, you usually wind up with stuff you don't need, and you come home without the things that you need. And if I don't have a list, I walk in my house and my family goes, "Did you get the eggs?" And I go, "No," because I didn't have it written down. You know, our lives are so busy that we need those little helps or help with things written down. Coupons are great if you use those. Sometimes it causes you to buy things that you normally don't buy. If it's a coupon for a pack of crackers and your family, usually they don't buy those, but you spend that money, that might not be saving you money in the long run. But I am a coupon clipper, and I have a little container that I put in my purse, or I leave it in my car most of the time. So when I get to the grocery store, I can just take out my coupons and I can see what's on sale. And I have a habit now of only cutting the coupons out for the brands that my family that we're going to use. If it's something that I've never heard of, or I know I don't like that brand, I just steer clear from it, because I found out that I'm usually wasting more money and I'm spending money that I really don't need. And every once in a while you have to go through it and you have to look at the dates, because some of them expire. So you want to keep that current and up to date. My suggestion is always eat before you go grocery shopping. I used to stop after I was teaching school. I would stop at the grocery store on the way home, and I was starving. And I found out that I bought all these things that I really didn't need. And I would suggest that you have something to eat. It may not be a whole meal, but eat something before you go to the store. You know, there's always talk between a brand name product and a store brand. It's just a personal preference. There are some things that I love the brand name. I've tried the store brand, or I've tried the brand name, and I don't want to purchase anything else. It may be that it's made about the same way, but there's just something about that brand taste or whatever that my family and I prefer. However, there are some things that I purchase the store brand. To me, it's usually a little bit less in cost, and my family can't tell the difference. So you might want to experiment and see what's right for you. I would steer clear from cans that are dented. If you pick up a can, and I try to examine these in the store, take your can and turn it around and look, and if you find any cans that are dented, I wouldn't buy those. Sometimes there's a hole that's been punctured in them, sometimes there isn't. But there's really no way of you telling. And you open that food at home and your family eats it, and I'm not saying you will get sick, I'm saying there's that slight possibility that you could. So, I would probably steer clear of those. Many times I get up to the cash register and the person's ringing up my order, and I notice that I accidentally picked up a can that is dented. And I tell them that I don't want that. So that's just a little thing that's, I guess, that's important for me, that I try to steer clear of those. Some people don't know what unit pricing is. When you go to the grocery store and you look on the shelf and your items are here, right below it there's a little sticker and it has a bunch of numbers on it. That's your unit pricing. It tells you how much this item cost an ounce versus how much this item cost an ounce. Sometimes you think if you get larger containers that you save a lot of money. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes a smaller one is actually saving you money. So always check that unit pricing and see what's better for your budget and what's better for you. Also, stores tend to put brand names and things that they can make more profit on eye level. If you have to look up or you have to bend down to look at those products, sometimes those are better costs for you as the consumer. So, just don't go in the store and just get everything that's right and convenient for your eye. Look up and look down, and there might be something there that you really like to buy. Eggs. My suggestion is cold things, eggs, milk, butter, buy those last. If you put those in your buggy at the first and you go around the store, well, that they've turned into room temperature. Always open your eggs and look at them. I would steer clear of eggs that are broken. You can pick up a bacteria from them. You don't necessarily, or you will not necessarily do that, but you can. So I would not get those eggs that are already cracked at the store. Eggs have dates also. It's usually when you want to have them used up at your house, and also check those. The last thing is your milk. There's always a date on milk that when the store can sell it. And I usually get the date that's the furthest from this one. So I can keep my milk a long time in my house. So check the newspaper, make a list, look at those things in your grocery store, and I think you'll have a very productive time buying groceries. I'll see you in just a second with our last tip for the day, and it's a cooking segment, and it's dessert, which we've saved the best for last.
Hi, I'm Johnny Miller at your Western Sizzlin' in Ooltewah, Tennessee and Dalton, Georgia, and I can tell you that infomercials work. We've been advertising monthly to reach our customers for over 17 years now, and I know that you can reach your customers as well. You can depend on Elliott Media to take care of all your advertising needs, and remember, Western Sizzlin', we're your family steakhouse.
When you or your doctor orders any type of medical supplies, Home Health Care Rentals will be there for you. From oxygen, wheelchairs, walkers, and hospital beds to the simplest needs like crutches, hospital gowns, and even children's medical supplies. We make the process so easy by filing your insurance papers, giving instructions on how to use your equipment, and free delivery. We also offer 24-hour service 7 days a week to assist you. Our friendly staff is always there during your time of need. We're conveniently located next to the Bradley Wellness Center and across from Regency Park in Dalton. When you're in the market for a new or scratch and dent appliance, Langford Appliance is the place to come. We're a locally owned business for over 30 years serving this area. Don't let your dollars go out of town. When you buy your appliances from Langford, your money stays right here in Dalton. And you can always count on us for the best service after the sale. We have a large parts and service department for all your appliance repairs or plumbing and hot water needs. Come see us when you're in need of any appliance. That's Langford Appliance at 319 North Glenwood Avenue in Dalton.
At Hamilton Medical Center, your health is our mission. It's why everything we do is with you in mind. It's why our associates and physicians are constantly advancing their skills with education and training. It's why we're reaching out into the communities we serve to improve the health of all residents. It's why we're ranked in the top 3% of all hospitals in the U.S. for overall hospital care, based on independent research conducted by CareChecks, a division of Comparian. Hamilton Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
Have you ever heard the term, your eyes are your expressions, the windows to your soul? But when your eyelids look tired and they start to sag, it will make you look much older than you actually are. There is a simple surgical procedure called a blepharoplasty or eyelid tuck, which can help to rejuvenate and redefine the contours around your eyelids. It will even improve your fields of vision, and a portion may even be covered by insurance. We can help redefine how others see you.
Hey, welcome back. We've saved probably the best to last because dessert is always good. That's why it has 2 S's in it. So it's always the best, so we've saved it for the last thing of today. You know, I never really was able to make any kind of candy or especially fudge. I would make it and everybody would have to eat it with a spoon. And I have been trying these recipes, and I think I finally found one that is a no-fail recipe, and this is for peanut butter fudge. So here we go. The first thing you want to do is, this doesn't make an enormous amount of fudge, so this is an oblong pan, and I really would suggest that you just give it just a little spray with some kind of oil, because you don't want to make this and then you can't get the fudge out of the pan and then everybody has to stand around it with a spoon. So that's the first thing to do. I've sort of cut down on the ingredients because my pan is not that big and we don't really have time to cook a lot of it today, but I'm going to tell you the actual ingredients so you can get a pencil and paper ready and you can jot this down. You do need a pan that will go on your stove top, and you want to put in a half a cup of milk. My family, we always drink skim milk. We have the fat-free milk. You could do it, I'm sure, with the whole milk, but this just saves your calories. It doesn't affect the taste of your food whatsoever. You want to put in 2 cups of granulated sugar. Now, this is a recipe that you don't want to make every day. Now, what you want to do is you want to stir this up and just sort of get your sugar a little dissolved in your milk. It's not going to do it just stirring it up until it hits the heat. You want to take this pan and you want to put it on your stove eye to about medium-high heat. And you want to let it just start bubbling just a little bit, and you want to count it. You actually want to put your timer on for your watch or whatever, your stove, and you want to let it bubble pretty rapidly for 2.5 minutes. If you're like me, you get that urge that you want to stir it, it's okay. Just don't stir it constantly. The more you stir it, it cools down the temperature, and you won't have that hard candy stage, and then your fudge will be runny. So if you want to stir it a couple of times, that's okay, but then put your wooden spoon up. I would suggest that you do get a wooden spoon to use with this. A metal spoon conducts the heat up the handle, and after you take this off the heat in a few minutes, you're going to have the spoon is going to be so hot it's going to burn your hand. The wooden spoon does not conduct the heat, so this is good. So we put our half a cup of milk in here. We put our 2 cups of granulated sugar. We've stirred it up a little bit. We're going to pretend it's on the stove eye. We're going to use our imagination, and we're going to pretend that it has boiled for 2.5 minutes. When you get it off the stove eye, you probably want to put down a trivet, a towel, a pot holder, something that it doesn't damage your countertop. So I'm just going to use my towel here. To it, immediately, you want to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Something I've found is be careful when you measure your flavorings over your food, If you pour in extra, you've sort of done away or you've ruined your food. So be careful about measuring things on top of it. What you'll do is you'll stir that up, you'll get it completely mixed up, and this is a great measuring spoon or a great measuring cup I have. Peanut butter is one of those things that it's yucky to measure, because if you try to put it in a customary measuring cup, you can never get the stuff out. You scrape and you spoon and you get it all over your hands and you get all over the side of the measuring cup, and then you leave half the peanut butter in there. So this is one that either measures liquid on one end and dry and solid on the other. And this recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. I'm using the smooth peanut butter. And you press it in the top, and then what you do is you just push it out. It has like a little presser, and it just presses my peanut butter out. And all my peanut butter comes out, and it doesn't stay in my cup. Because, you know, cooking now is very expensive because the food costs a lot of money, your ingredients cost a lot of money. And we're going to pretend this came off the stove, and when you stir this up, this will make a rich, creamy kind of, it actually looks like frosting, it looks like icing. So we're going to push this to the side and say this is done, and then we pour it in your pan. As you're scraping it out of the bowl or the pan, you will actually see that it started to actually get hard. It's not going to be so hard that you can't scrape it out. And then you might want to use something that will adhere to the side of your pan, because you don't want to leave it in there, you want to scrape it out. You can leave this at room temperature. It takes probably about a couple of hours for it to get the consistency that you want so you can eat the peanut butter fudge. And this is what it looks like when you're finished. And I went ahead and cut some big pieces. This was very hard keeping especially my family away from this. And I just cut it in pieces however big you want to. And since I sprayed my pan, see how great this comes out? You could also, when you pour it in your pan, when it was still sort of sticky, you could crumble up chopped peanuts on top of it if you want to. And you will have great peanut butter fudge. And like I said, I have really cut this in two to show you it's actually gotten a little harder. 2 or 3 years ago, if I made this fudge for you, we'd all have to get a spoon and stand around the bowl, and we'd have to eat it out of it, because it's one of those things that I can never ever conquer, and I would never make correctly. But I found this great recipe. So this is not my original recipe. This is one that I found. And this is great. What you can do is you can give the whole pan to somebody that's recently moved into your neighborhood. You can get a container and you can give it to neighbors. You can cut this up, and this is great just for your family to eat, or you can give it to other people. So again, peanut butter, milk, granulated sugar, vanilla, and you'll have some great peanut butter fudge. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you will try the things that we've talked about, and I'll see you next time on Cooking and Crafts.
To advertise your business on TV, contact Elliott Media at 706-529-4237.